Good morning. We're talking to Zach Leto from Fair Ninja in Croatia. My name is Rebecca Hope. I'm from Block News. Welcome. It's good to have you here today.
Hi, Rebecca. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for taking the time out to talk with us. I know you're a very busy man. You
Thank
have
you.
a company with 3 million users already, right?
Exactly.
And you are
Yeah.
building a new company called Fair Ninja. So could you start with just telling us a little bit about your journey from 2015 when you took over Ognashek, if I'm saying it correctly?
Yeah, Oglaznik. Yeah,
Or
you're close.
Glaznik. Okay.
Fairly close. Thank you for the introduction. Like you said, I took over the company in 2015. Oglasnik, meaning classifieds in English, is the largest classifieds company in Croatia, both website and print. So we still have our newspapers we're printing out.
Okay.
Yeah, and at the time I started to work for the company. The company, and I'm not reluctant to say, was kind of in a bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't had that good of a credit score, and the company changed owners quite a bit. And in 3 years, I managed to get the company back together, do a whole bunch of restructuring, doing new projects new websites, mobile apps.
Mm-hmm.
I practically did the entire overhaul. But the most important thing is that I managed to, just the stats are just in. We finished 2017 with a AAA bank score. So
Wow.
I'm basically doing something right.
Okay. And so then what you've seen in the classified ad space with websites like Craigslist, like your own in Croatia, like Gumtree, OLX, all of those, you've seen that they pretty much have the same model of monetizing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you wanting to
Yeah.
change that.
Yeah. So I started crypto trading around the end of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I was quite good at it. But the crypto trading was just my introduction into the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a lot of advantages and how it could be used with classifieds.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, classified, the classified business is a like a $300 billion industry. It's
Wow.
huge. Yeah, but it's going under the radar. It's not that simple.
Mm-hmm.
From users, it could seem simple, could come off as simple. Just you post your ads and you can upsell it. You can, have a nice, colorful triangle around your ad. But in the background, it's a lot of stuff that I had to learn once I started to run the company.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I saw a lot of opportunities with blockchain, and along with that, I wanted to implement a lot of ideas that I think would be really cool to have on a classified site in 2018
Okay.
or 2019.
So now where you're at, then you started this company, Fair Ninja, and this
Yeah.
basically it's a channel whereby already existing companies like Gumtree and Craigslist go through to have a safe transaction. Because at the moment, if I want to buy something on Craigslist or Gumtree or OLX, I have to contact the seller directly. It's a bit of a risk for me. I don't know if what I'm getting is going to be safe. And now what you're doing is adding an option to have a kind of a contract, a custom contract that you make with the seller, and you're kind of the intermediary, right?
Something like that, yeah. The basic thing with blockchain technology, I mean, you can have the escrow service, you could have the KYCs,
Mm-hmm.
and you can have and while keeping it anonymous, but still keeping it decentralized. So
Mm-hmm.
that was basically my idea. Whether there be a third-party arbiter,
Mm-hmm.
or whether there will be double escrow service built into your transaction, we'll be keeping you safe from scams, and while making your life way a lot easier.
Well, that is a huge problem. I've been recently looking for something on Craigslist, and scammers is a huge thing, especially in America. with real estate, with buying, larger things like a car or something.
Even small things like mobile phones, you know.
Yeah, how do you plan on, how would Fair Ninja help with that, with eradicating that?
Yeah, so basically we have, a couple of steps that you could model your smart contract to. You could have like, eBay basically relies on trust. And the more transactions you have, the better your rating score is. And so you're more likely to, believe the seller is legit and you won't get
Yeah.
scammed. So, but on the other hand, classifieds aren't that big on getting into the whole transaction business because they're afraid of just that, scammers.
Yes.
Because they're not relying on shops as eBay is, They're relying on small people. For instance, you might want to sell a cell phone today, but you'll be inactive for another 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
Or a coffee machine, I don't know. And your score wouldn't mean anything because you just signed up. You have basically no score, and so who's to say you're not going to scam your buyer,
Yes.
And you could easily just open another, Gmail account or a telephone number. That's basically what they do via checking your profile.
Mm-hmm.
So Fair Ninja will have, all of these steps integrated into the smart contract. You could have, okay, we will have a rating score for shops that will be handling a lot of transactions. On the other hand, if you're a small seller and you want to go through a KYC process, we'll be able to store that onto the blockchain. And you can only, if you scam somebody, there'll be a third-party arbiter, whether it's Fair Ninja or somebody the community, assigns.
Right.
Or both parties assign, an arbiter who gets, again, I'm getting way too ahead of myself, but the arbiter will get extra tokens, he'll get some rewards, for being active. So it's basically, a social thing. We're trying to achieve that you have safe transactions, no middleman, and basically, just trying to keep it simple, anonymous, safe, flexible, and lightning fast.
Okay. So let's talk about the name Fair Ninja. It seems that you're very much into ninjas, as your coin is called Yoshi, which is a character from Ninja, right? From the Ninja world. So would you like to explain that to us?
I'm a big kid. Well, ninjas, in Japan were spies. They were stealthy and deadly. And today, ninjas are killing it in a different way, by finding the best deals possible online.
Which can be a hard process.
You always got to have a ninja in your team, just to keep
so you guys are the ninjas helping out through the transaction, right?
Yeah, we're all ninjas, Once we're on the Fair Ninja website, you basically straight off the bat become a ninja.
So that's the idea. And as you described, what a ninja is anonymous and always safe, okay?
Yeah.
And what else?
Smart contracts will ensure both buyer and seller get what they want. We protect your privacy and keep your transaction history hidden. No credit cards, no wire transfers, basically you're anonymous but still safe.
So it seems to me that it's going to be pretty easy for you to integrate fair trade into already existing classified ads companies, your own to start with, and then others as well. It seems that you have good partnerships or good relationships with them. Is that correct?
Yes. Oglasnik is a 30-year-old company, has a lot of reputation in Europe, and as we mentioned on our website, ITSMA is one of our partners.
Yeah.
Is the largest conference in Europe, gathering around all these the biggest classified names in Europe and the world. So basically, we have contacts and ties with all the major classified players. So, and I believe that they will find Fair Ninja very interesting.
Why would if I was Gumtree, why would I rather run my transactions through Fairtrade instead of having my own system?
Okay, so Fair Ninja will be like an aggregator of all these ads. You will be able to go on Fair Ninja, post your own ad, but like you mentioned, if we have a partnership deal with Gumtree, Gumtree users will be able to have an option to share their ad on Fair Ninja as well. And why would they do that? That's an excellent question. They would do that because basically now what not only Gumtree but every classified business, their business model is basically selling space for ads, right?
Yes.
So they're not getting in on transactions because it's a hassle. It's not that simple. You know, they don't want to disrupt their business models.
Right.
They don't feel safe doing that. You know, don't fix it if it ain't broke. But one thing they would like to make, you know, some money on the side. They would like to get in on transactions because just imagine if just imagine how many transactions are done in a day. You know, how much money goes through the user and the seller in one day on that big of a classified website. So imagine having like 1, 2, or 3% of that transactions come into your company. I mean, that would be a whole different channel of earning money, right?
So it's better so they can monetize, Craigslist can monetize, you'll monetize.
Everybody can monetize, and the coolest thing is they can make money from getting in on transactions without tampering with their business model.
Right. So for them, for classified ads websites, this will be a great option. They don't have to it's a low risk for them because they're not messing with their website or lots of things could go wrong. Instead, they're just integrating with you guys who have worked for how long on developing Fair Trade?
Well, Fair Ninja has been in development for 6 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 months. So that's not a lot of time.
It's not.
How's it going?
We have like 80 programmers on staff.
80 programmers. Wow.
Yeah, and they're working hard. They're working not from 9 to 5. They're working 24/7.
And you're steering the ship. That's quite a job.
Yes. I'm young. I have to, you know.
So in total, you have 55 people on the Hudoletnjak staff, if I'm saying it correctly, and then is that the same? Are those the same people working on Fair Ninja?
No, we have 3 or 4 programmers that are on staff in Hudoletnjak, and our partner company, Gauss Development, has 80 programmers on staff that are just programmers.
That is crazy. So you are creating a really robust system, and it sounds like you're involved in the discussions and conferences. You already have relationships with these people. So what are you looking for going forward?
Well, could I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
I would really want to stress out that once I got into Hudoletnjak, the biggest issue wasn't the staff, the people that were working in Hudoletnjak, they had a really rough website, and once it got to a point that it was obvious it had to go through an overhaul, I was the only person that was willing to take on that risk and that job as a project manager for the website. And from the start, I wasn't aware of how deep and complex classified's website could be.
Yeah.
But I did manage, to work around that, and I did manage to put out a website that's doing, phenomenal now. And the most important thing is I went through all these steps. I went through the learning curve. So basically what I'm doing now with Fair Ninja is doing the same thing that I've proven I know how to do.
Right.
But only this time I'm involved in crypto. So I just wanted to stress that out. Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah, and crypto, in your case, it seems that you're more using cryptocurrencies as a form of a method of payment instead of the whole system being built on a blockchain system, if I'm correct.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so it's easy to use. You can use any payment method. For me, coming back to the user, if I'm buying something, especially something large or some form of renting real estate or whatever, I can have a safer method. Yeah,
exactly. And for instance, we spoke earlier. You lived all around the world. If you were paying for something that was, in a different country, you could probably get a better deal, right? So maybe, a mobile phone is probably not the same price in Croatia as it is in, I don't know, the Czech Republic or Russia or wherever, you know.
Right.
But you have this issue, you have this huge trust issue, and you don't see the person, you know. You're saying you're wiring your money
Yes.
basically, don't know what you're gonna get. And the other thing is you have to deal with currencies, you know.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. You have to revert your currency to his currency. You have to wire it, and you
There's
have
a
to
lot
hope
of
for the
money
best.
lost in that process.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're actually helping the buyers as well by saving money when it comes to cross-country transactions.
Precisely, yes. And another thing, you have a lot of these crypto kids and crypto people, you know, that got a lot of crypto, and maybe they don't want to cash out. If they cash out, they have to pay all these taxes and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, we're not incentivizing by any means, you know, avoiding paying the tax,
Yes.
but you just want to buy a TV with your crypto, right?
Yeah.
So finally, a place to spend your cryptocurrency, right?
Actually use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can then also use it kind of as an online bank as well, kind of like a payment method. So you could store your money there and then you could use it again for something else.
Exactly. Yeah. You could buy Yoshis. Yeah. Our currency is called the Yoshi coin,
Mm-hmm.
and you will be able to buy stuff with Yoshi coins as well. Outside from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Yoshi coin will have some small perks. You know,
Mm-hmm.
with buying with Yoshi, you'll get, you know, all these kinds of rewards.
Yes.
You know, the more you spend, the more you get. You'll be gathering points, and in terms of getting points, you'll be rewarded with more Yoshis. And so we'll have a cool ecosystem, you know, built around Fair Ninja, trying to keep everybody happy and safe.
Well, that's great. So it seems like this is definitely the next step with classified ads and making it a safer place for people. There are so many scammers out there, and it really is a big concern. And I'm so glad that somebody's taking the initiative to do this. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's been great talking with you today, Zach. I've learned a lot. I'm very excited to see how things are going to develop. Good luck with managing 80 people.
Even more.
It's quite a mission. I hope you're getting some sleep.
Not really. Not at this point.
Not enough. Okay.
No.
Take it easy, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Rebecca, and to everyone that's following your program.
Thank you. I'm Rebecca Hope from Block News, and we're talking to Zach Leto from Fair Ninja.